There is a pattern in the Bible that we must not miss. God chooses small spaces to begin great stories. Not because he cannot be great, but because he does not follow the logic of the world. Welcome to the Sebcast, home of the #1 network for your life. Here we turn our beloved stories on their heads, look at what history might have overlooked, and discover together how Jesus invites us into a greater story where we live, work, and play. Psalm 113 says, "He looks far over the heavens, but he bends down to the ground. He makes the weak strong. He lifts the lowly." When we understand this from Bethlehem to your kitchen, then your perspective on small changes. God chose a small family to start a nation, Abraham, a slave who did not speak well to free a people, Moses, a shepherd for a king, David, a young girl for a Messiah, Mary, an unknown town for the greatest birth, Bethlehem, a small group of fishermen for a worldwide mission, the disciples. Maybe the problem is not that God does too little, but we only look where the light is bright. The gospel begins in the dark. Let's make it personal. Have you ever wondered why your life doesn't look bigger? Why you don't have the platform others have? Why other people's calling feels big and yours feels small? Maybe it is not because God has forgotten. Perhaps it is because he begins right where you are. The world measures by reach, God measures by availability. Imagine a small house. A mother prays over children who sleep. No one sees it, no applause, no Facebook story, but heaven registers it as kingdom. A young man works with integrity in his ordinary office. No clapping hands, no photos, but God sees an altar of praise. A grandmother says a word of encouragement to a grandchild, and a work of faith begins to form without her ever knowing it. This is Bethlehem. This is the logic of God. The world says great things happen on big platforms. God says great things begin in small spaces. What is the new growth for the #1 network for your life, of which you are a part, and what you share? This is where we as a network must think differently. We will not become the first network for your life by starting big, but by being faithful right where it looks small. This means we see our neighborhoods as holy ground, home visits, socializing together, and inviting others to be part of it are not smaller than sermons. It is gospel. Children singing in a small hall is just as important as an orchestra on a big stage. A conversation at a barbecue can be just as spiritual as a conference, and the people who serve quietly sometimes carry the greatest calling in the kingdom. You do not have to stand on a platform to be a priest. You just have to be present. God not only begins great work in small places, but also in small people. People like you, stories like yours, homes like yours, Bethlehem life. Because the presence of God is not limited to big, it is established in faithfulness. Until tomorrow, take care.